Hey everybody, it's Soniel here with the Keeper's Corner, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about slow leveling. This video is going to be coming to you guys courtesy of a fellow Keeper's ideas here, Ashius. Ashius was a fellow Dungeon Boss player with me a while back when that game was more popular, and one of the very important aspects of that game and other similar games like this is the concept of slow leveling. And of course, that is the idea of avoiding gaining any experience. And the idea there is that it's going to give you time to up the levels of your heroes, to increase their star ratings, to farm resources, all while not increasing your level bracket. So, of course, the more time you can spend in a lower level bracket while increasing your stars, your gear, things like that, is going to greatly increase your odds of success in PvP, hero battles, and things like that. And of course, it's going to prepare you more efficiently to approach level 50 with more 6 and 7 star heroes, more epic gear, especially without spending a great deal of money. And one of the ideas here that Ashius had brought to me that I had not previously considered is checking your emerald chests every day by hovering over them with your mouse click or touch, whatever you want to call it, depending on what you're using, and looking at their contents. As you can see here, this particular emerald chest doesn't even drop a soul stone. It is 2 thief scrolls, a piece of equipment, and some gold and some marks, and that I'm not sure if is being displayed properly because should usually always drop 3 random loot drops, which would be the 2 skill scrolls and piece of equipment. But when we look here, we have a thief soul stone. So according to what Ashius has been following, you would typically want to avoid that emerald chest there because it is a higher food expenditure than what we would like to be doing. Remember, every point of food that you spend is going to come coupled with an experience point. However, when we look here, we have an epic soul stone. So we definitely want to go in here and we want to try and pick up this epic soul stone. Now, the other thing to be mindful of when doing so is you want to make sure to use the lowest food cost team possible that is capable of completing these stages. I personally go with the tank mage. At lower levels, of course, the tank mage doesn't exist, so you can use heroes like the shaman, the blackguard. You can also, in a lot of stages, use a 2 or 3 hero combination and still be at the minimum food cost. But of course, if you are trying to slow level and not gain very much experience, you always want to use the lowest food cost possible for completing these emerald chests. And one of the real drawbacks in doing or approaching the game in this way, of course, is that you cannot do catacombs, which means you are missing out on a handful of golden portal stones, void cores, crafting materials, gold, things like that, and of course the weekly rewards for the catacombs. However, as you can see here, we've gotten a epic soul stone there without having to gain very much experience at all. And there are, of course, other sources of resources, gold, materials, and things like that where we don't have to gain any experience at all. One of those is going to be the wizard tower, which we'll look into momentarily, but another that we have to gain very little experience is going to be our daily tasks. Now, some of these are going to require earning a little more experience than we'd like, and that's going to be on an individual basis, really, if you choose to do things like the Wizard's Chosen to get these 10 hero battles. Of course, these are a high reward quest. But the campaign adventure quests, as we can see, and the combination quests, typically I would always re-roll these combination quests, but if you get a portal stone, it's certainly worth keeping in that sense. But for the campaign adventures, we're going to always want to be doing our campaign adventure quests. Not in a special campaign, pardon me. But in the very first stage of Chapter 1 here. And the reason for that being is that the maximum food cost is only 4. So we can complete the 10 necessary campaign runs and get those daily task rewards and only gain 40 experience in doing so. And of course, we'll have a look at the Wizard Tower here as well. Now, this is of course going to be on a monthly basis for anyone who's not really buying gems. I wouldn't really suggest spending your free gems on doing this. But if you do have the ability to buy wizard tickets with gems, if you have a fair gem stock, you can complete all 30 floors of the Wizard Tower, 31 floors rather, without gaining a single experience point. And the great benefit there, of course, is that you're still getting the void cores and the golden portal stones that you miss out on when you avoid catacombs and things like that. And you also get these couple pieces of rare gear, which are great for combining. You get some other very important crafting materials, as well as a fair stock of training points, enough to do about one level on a higher level hero. So it's definitely something to be considered using the wizard tower as well for slow leveling. And we do, of course, have our heroic missions as a premier source of soul stones, especially those super rare and epic soul stones, as another avenue that will net us rewards and soul stones without having to spend any food or gain any experience. And of course, when we are slow leveling, we want to make sure that we're always saving up our gold in order to pick up these soul stones in the hero shop, particularly from the common to rare rarities, as we have discussed. But also there is something to be said for saving up the gold for those super rare and epic stones when you're soul leveling, because that is going to be your primary focus, is getting those more difficult to level heroes up. And probably the last avenue here for resources while slow leveling is going to be from tower rewards and from defending your tower. As you can see here, I have defended my tower and netted 3 soul stones, a fair amount of skill scrolls, prestige, and trophies, and I haven't had to gain a single experience point in order to do so. So as we can see here, we'll take a quick look at a couple of these battles, and you'll see that I'm still using the chill setup from before. Now, of course, these chill towers are not working as intended, so I really wouldn't invest too much into them until we figure out from Ninja Kiwi what the fix is going to be in terms of their chill damage or their freeze aura stacking. I do feel that even if it does not persist from floor to floor, that it is still incredibly valuable in terms of single floors like this one, where simply the stacks of the freeze aura together on a single floor with no previous floor stacks create a situation where the shaman here, for example, has so many more attacks than the opposing hero group that it really, really does punish any team that doesn't come in completely well prepared with epics and just a huge stock of hero stars and defense and things like that. And of course, slow leveling is going to help to the point that you have all those things, the stars and the gear and the levels and whatnot, as you approach more difficult towers like mine, and will also help you to slowly build up a tower defense setup depending on your level that is very, very powerful, using just mostly machines and the few monsters that you're going to pick up in your emerald chests. Now, of course, there are probably other ways to slow level or to add to the resources gained from slow leveling, but those are just a few things I wanted to cover thanks to the help from Ashius. Of course, if you guys aren't there, you can head over to towerkeepershq.com, and from there you can join the Tower Keepers Discord server, where you can find a lot more tips and tricks and speak with Ashius himself about more slow leveling ideas. And again, we want to thank Ashius for the information about slow leveling here in this video. If you guys like this one, make sure to hit the like button. If you have any new ideas on slow leveling and things like that, or videos you'd like to see, make sure you drop them in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe so you can get all these videos as they come out. Thank you very much for watching the Keeper's Corner, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.